All right. Getting the set up here. Shut up. Have to shut off the. I had opened up Facebook and YouTube to get the links to send to everybody so you could join. And I had forgotten after I got the links to shut the program down. And so I started to get that feedback. So got that taken care of now. Camera set up. Busy morning. We had somebody fall down at the entrance this morning and taking care of that, and a few other things going on here. And try not to let the live take too much of my day, but it's very important, I think, to get the information out to everybody. So, welcome. Good morning to you. It's happy Friday. At least here in Okeechobee, it's starting to look a little gloomy. I guess we're gonna expect some cloudy weather. Uh, I didn't listen to the weather report last night, but I did see yesterday that a big storm was headed into the Pacific Northwest. Lately, they've been sweeping across the nation, so some weather across the whole country. Anyway, here we are. It is one thing I'll start out with is events. We got the new Acorn out. We have a calendar of events, and on this Saturday, we have the Ancient Oaks Honor Day and Golf Cart Rally. And it starts at 1 o'clock, and there's the information there. Um, so let's see. Uh, doesn't say if you need to contact them for anything, but anyway, Eileen Getter is kind of heading this up, and if there's a hmm, yeah, I don't see where the contact, but maybe they put something down at the clubhouse. But if you need to contact them to see what's going on, but this Saturday, tomorrow, March 2nd. Hard to believe that we're already into the next month, and so all right. Remember that. I don't know if there's anything else going on. Let me take this off the. There we go. There we go. And here we are. Um, we got a few things to go through here. Not a whole lot, but I did. It did occur to me we're in into March, and the other day there was already some people talking about having to leave, and like, my goodness, season it just seems like season just started, and already people are heading back. So, along with that idea, if you are heading back, make sure that we have a good mailing address. We have a good phone number for you, so the information that you need to know while you're gone, we can send it to you and you'll receive it. I know I have these lives, and you can come in and pop in on the lives, which is great. But sometimes there's also some important information that we need to get out. And instead of sending a mailing, um, we will here we go. Instead of sending mailing, we can use the electronic methods. Along with that electronic methods, with the which we're using the ONR app, uh, website, and communications, and that's why it says for ONR apps. I noticed that on the email that I got, because I get it myself when I send it out. It's kind of it's a manager and APOS, some live report, and it just kind of looks funny, but I don't know why they when they send that the header looks that way. But yeah, be make sure you let us know you're gone, because that way we change. If you've changed your address to here while you're here and have your mailbox open up, that we can close your mailbox and get your on our system that we send the mail to your other address, rather than if we accidentally send it here and you have your mail forwarded, it comes here, goes back to the post office, or they uh, forward it, and it takes a lot longer. So uh, do that for us, please. And I see there's a question, and on this, um, aren't carports banned in the park? I don't know. Maybe clarify that a little bit. Did you leave that there? Uh, Carports. Anyway, come back with me on that, Carol. I might have to clarify that. I don't know if you're talking about structure or sales or what. I'm not certain. Okay. Um, but we have some restrictions on both. If it's carport sales, yes, you're not supposed to have those only on the designated days that we have put together carport sales. Uh, okay, the structure. Uh, there's not supposed to be a standalone. Uh, well, there's certain restrictions on it, and you're supposed to be able to get a permit by the county to do it. And I think I may know what you're talking about. And it is being how you say uh, a permit was not gotten, and that may end up in litigation. So, all right, but any thing being built, any construction or alteration according to our rules. In fact, I had to write it down again. In our rules and regulations on section 6 VI, okay, lot improvement and care and landscaping. That's the section, and then item number 6. It says playground equipment and other alterations before an installation of equipment or construction of any improvement or alterations are undertaken. The lot owner must first obtain written approval from the condominium association, and that process for that written approval is the site modification form, and that has to be filled out before you can build anything. And along that line, on our site modification form, we must get the county permits. And there was anyway. Come talk to me specifically on that, because I can't broadcast that out on social media. All right, but well, I can give you better details. All right. Let's see. Let's go back to my list here. Skirting and AC. This is something that kind of came up and kind of brought up again. If you have skirting, most everybody is just you have skirting on your unit, and a lot of people have put a concrete edge next to the skirting to make sure that the weed eaters don't hit it. If your skirting is right out to the edge of the concrete and we got a weed eater coming by, you need to do reasonable protection to stop the weed eaters from damaging the skirting, because it's very susceptible to damage, and we don't want to leave 4 inches of weeds or grass going next to your house so as not to damage your property. So that's what you need to do that. However method, like I said, if you're adding something in, contact me and we will make sure that it all is copacetic. And that's what the site modification form, because if you're adding something out there, basically you're adding a barrier or something, we want it to look good. And like I said, there's only been a couple site mods that I have had to deny, and then we worked something out and then going from there. Okay, but anyway, do reasonable protection for your skirting and for your air conditioner. If your air conditioner is just right there next to the grass without any type of protection, when they were built, if you notice new construction, anything new coming in, I forget exactly the year. I have to take a drink. They changed it, but any new construction, the air conditioners have to be up, I think almost 2 feet or more off the ground. There's a certain height that they have to be, and the AC people will let you know that. But existing ones were put right on the ground and with no barrier around them, and the mower has to get through there. And the guys are really good about it, but as they go through, there's times that something may happen, wet ground, and it kind of spins a little bit, and you have to protect that AC unit. your reasonable protection. We can't uh, from the mowers and that. All right, that's enough on that. Uh, my next item, we highly recommend using licensed and insured contractors for your projects in the park. That does not guarantee you that you're still not going to have problems, but it's much better that is uh, part also of the county, especially any electrical or plumbing. You should use a licensed contractor and licensed and insured. All right, and even using handymans, but be careful. Also, we have folks that are owners in the park or and that do work for you. Anybody that does work in the park for pay, if you don't, you know, if you help somebody else, you're not doing it for pay. You can help them and all that. But the board reminded me that we need to have those people need to have a license. Not excuse me, not a license. They need to be authorized by the association or the board, and that we have a form for that. That is in the rules. That's in our deck. I don't sure it's in our I believe it's in our bylaws and rules and regulations. All right, that the doing business in here has to be approved by the board. We've got the forms, so we've had a few people fill those out lately that we needed to have done. And like I said, for a few people have said they're going to be leaving. So before you leave, especially if your house needs pressure washed, if your um, bushes need trimmed, anything that, because like I said, if you're gone for a house 6, 7, 8 months, maybe 9 months. Uh, your house should look good ahead of time before you leave, and have somebody checking on it. I highly recommend you finding somebody to check on your place while you're gone that can get inside and make sure nothing's happening. Do shut your water off and turn on a spigot that's out front so that if the water shut off fails somehow, that we see water dripping out of a faucet that's outside of your unit, because if it's pressure builds up on the inside, you could have your refrigerator ice maker line pop, or another valve or connection somewhere start to leak, and you end up with water on the inside. And a slow leak is worse than a fast leak, because a slow leak doesn't get caught till it has already done the damage. And a fast leak, we'll see water dripping out, probably less damage, but still not good either. So that's why I highly suggest, turning your water off and turn a faucet on that's close to the front of your trailer, so that if water starts leaking, and folks, if you're walking by and you see water leaking out of a faucet, don't just go shut it off. We need to know about that, because then we can contact the person and say, hey, we our one, either we fix our valve that has failed, or we find out what else is leaking. Okay, and I think the Rileys have asked what happened. At least several times now, somebody had a line leak on the inside of their house and had major damage on the inside of their house, because the slow leak, the water just slowly edges out before it's visible, and if nobody checking on it, the moisture damages it, and the excess moisture on the inside of the house creates mold, and so some very expensive fixes on that. So that's why we tell people, shut off your water, but also turn on a faucet that's outside of the house. Whenever you're try to make sure you have an outside faucet that you can turn on, that's on the other side of that valve. So if something starts leaking, we can see it, and the water leaks out there rather than inside the unit. I believe that's what that question is about. All right. Excuse me. Okay. Trim pushes, get your house pressure washed. If you need recommendations, or excuse me, not so much recommendations, but a list of contractors that do pressure washing, that is available at the office. We try to keep a list of people that do pressure washing. Okay. Something that happened the other night. Hopefully, it doesn't happen again. Do not disable the timer on the hot tub. Somebody, let's see if I still got it on my desk here. Somebody stuck this on the hot tub timer to hold it open while they were in the tub because they didn't want to have to get up and out. Problem with that is when they left it on, whatever time of night it was, and it was still on the next morning. So that hot tub ran totally overnight with nobody in it and wasted electricity and that. So, and also it's potential for damaging the timer. So please do not do that. Okay. I started to mention about leaving, preparedness. Not only the things you need to do for the mail, but also prepare for windstorms, hurricanes. Come June 1st, I believe, is when hurricane season starts. And oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put that up in a second, Carol. Uh, June 1st. So pots and plants, get everything either inside but protected. It is in the rules that if you leave your golf cart and your boat there, that you tie them down. Um, okay. All right. Uh, they are supposed to be anchored, not with rope, but with either chains or straps that is going to be effective in keeping your boat or golf cart from blowing around. So remember to do that. Prepare as if we're going to get a Cat 5 hurricane. I surely hope we don't. Don't plan on it, but you never know what the weather's going to be. And this one, that's a good idea. Yeah, put new batteries in your thermostat because if nobody's going in and checking on it, you won't know if your thermostat failed and you had mold. So that is also good. Put new batteries in your thermostat. Did something happen on my end? I'm not sure what happened. Did you lose? I'm sure. Okay. All right. Good morning to everybody. All right. So that's on leaving. Sign up and before you leave, so that in case we can help you. Hopefully next week I'll have at least try to get at least down twice to the clubhouse. But if you haven't signed up for the ONR, to your electronic voting and just being prepared, and also download the app for your phone. There's an app, and you can sign in there. Mirroring some of the stuff from the aoaks.net over onto the ONR site, and you should be able to also access things there. The file structure for the documents is a lot better over in the ONR app, but I don't have everything moved over there yet, but I am doing that, and everything will be kind of separated on the website right now. We put stuff on, but it's basically all in chronological order, and so sometimes you have to scroll through. Yeah. So do that. Sign up for the online electronic voting and electronic notifications. And pretty much everybody that once I send them the welcome email and you gotten that, you signed on that. It's been super simple. I think the only thing I have, I don't think Sonia will mind me. She came in here yesterday and she hadn't signed up yet. We sent her the welcome email. She clicked on the whatever came up, and it says select your password or set a password. You enter a password, and then you're on the ONR Ancient Oaks RV Resort Condominium Association ONR app website. Okay, and that is from where we send out the text and emails. And you also haven't got the calendar going in there, but you also some notices will be there, and I'm like I said, putting documents over there too. All right, one other thing: walking in the park. If you're walking at night, one thing, of course, be careful where you're walking. We are pushing on and we're going to try to improve our streets. Try to make sure there's not any places that will trip you out if we can help it. But we still still have to be careful where you're walking. And at night, make sure you're seen. Now, myself, uh, I don't do much walking at night anywhere. But this is let's see if I can turn it on without, yeah. This does a very good job. Instead of a headlight, it's a band and it lights up the area pretty good. And then from behind, I don't know how well that shows off, there's a red light from behind. So you can see ahead of you and you can be seen from behind. It's a rechargeable, not very expensive at all, 13, 14 bucks, I think, on Amazon. Rechargeable, you don't have to worry about batteries. Just plug it into is it USB C or mini USB? Most everything now, newer ones will have all USB Cs. And this is the mini USB, but very effective at you being able to see better while you're walking and be seen. Avoid being hit by something or golf carts. Golf carts are supposed to have lights too. You can also, this is something from Guardian Angel. It also has lights that you can set up and they flash. That'll help you be seen. And on the front side, it's got a headlight. That can be worn on your arm. And so be careful while you're walking. Do at minimum carry a flashlight, especially after dark. Let's see if I can get this turned off now. Oh, that was the front. Hit the right button. Okay. And get that right button. All right. So while you're walking, make sure you have a light of some sort so you can see in front of you. Be careful while you're walking at night. There's much more hazards that can pop up a little bit easier, and you want to be seen. Driving a golf cart at night, also be seen. All right, turn your lights on and that. As a thing that I did have we did have a little bit of a meeting at the clubhouse yesterday in regard to trying to answer questions on the budget. If somebody still has any question, understanding it takes a little bit. Most people when you're figuring a budget, you say you have this much money, and then you match your outgo to what you have money coming in. In an association, it's a little bit backwards on that. We figure out what our expenses are. We know this is how much we're going to have to spend this next year as far as proposed budget, and then our income needs to match that. And that's why the process is that way. And I can explain it better in person. So, but if you need questions on it, and we can go through that, and you can come see me. Sometimes I am busy, so we might have to make a schedule, but I do want to help everybody be satisfied with the answers. All right, let's see if I got everything that I'm intending to. Sign up for ONR, electronic voting. I'll send you a welcome email. Resend the welcome email if you haven't been there. Also, make sure you are getting the text and the emails through that so that you can be kept up to date. Don't mess with the equipment, the hot tub timer especially. And somebody put on here, did they catch it? Yeah. There's a reason there's a timer on it. It is dangerous for your health to sit in hot water for too long. That's why there's a timer on it. You can very easily have a heart attack or stroke if you get too hot. You don't because the hot water takes the sweat away. You don't realize that you're overheating. So please don't disable the timer. It's not good for you. That the licensed contractors, skirting and AC, protect your place, and use lights at night. So that is pretty much got it. Okay, let's take this back off of there. I don't see. Let me check questions here. It's already been about a half hour, and get going. I once again want to thank all the volunteers in the park. Okay, listen, this came up. All the volunteers in the park that help out on whatever we have, from the events, the cleanup, the preparing for it, setting up ahead of time, all the improvements that we've done. Just thank you so much. Everybody appreciates that the volunteers. Um, I think we have one of the best parks in the county. We also have one of the best, how do you want to say, value for the money. People are surprised. When I talk to other people, I know other people live in other parks. They pay a lot more than what's in here, and they don't have the amenities that we have. So we're pretty good. And yeah, yes, we have some awesome people in the park. A lot of people helping, and we really appreciate that. So thank you very much. I believe that'll do it for today. Remember, protect yourself while walking. Oh, I guess I didn't. I put it on my map earlier. Like I said, it's not expensive to get good lighting while you're walking. And then with this, and I know I put on my head, I probably look silly with it like that, but it does a very good job of lighting up your path, and you don't have to have your hands, you know, to do it. Yeah, I missed over here. Not and it's worth it to any type of accident, avoid accidents. That does it for today, I reckon. So y'all take care, live long and prosper, and we will see you on the next one. Find the button here, the off button. There we go. End the stream. There we go. Thank you all for coming.